Quarantine. Ward No. 4. When the quarantine was announced, no one was afraid. In a psychiatric hospital, people get used to restrictions faster than anywhere else. Locked doors are normal. Isolation is a familiar state. We were wrong to think this quarantine was the same. Day 1. I worked as an orderly in a regional psychiatric hospital. Ward No. 4. Acute cases. Aggression. Delusions. Severe depression. Nothing romantic. Just exhaustion. The smell of medication. And screaming at night. That morning, the chief physician gathered the staff. An internal quarantine is being introduced, he said. All external contact is suspended. Patients will remain in their wards. No transfers. Why? Someone asked. The chief physician paused. Preventive measures. The word didn't sound convincing. Locked doors. That same day, the ward doors were sealed with magnetic locks. Windows were blocked. Patients' phones were confiscated. Only the administration had contact with the outside world. Patients reacted differently. Some laughed. Some cried. One of them said, "So now you're locked in here with us too." I didn't understand then why I felt a chill. The first signs. On the second night, I was on shift. The patients were acting quieter than usual. Too quiet. Normally someone screams. Someone bangs on the door. Someone talks to nothing. But that night, silence. As I walked down the corridor, I caught myself thinking that I missed the noise. In room 7, a patient sat on the bed, staring at the wall. "How are you feeling?" I asked. He slowly turned his head. "Can you hear it too?" "Hear what?" "How they stopped talking." I didn't reply and walked away. The ward doesn't sleep. By morning, it became clear. The patients hadn't slept all night. No complaints. No requests for sedatives. They simply didn't sleep. They sat, lay with their eyes open, watched. "They're waiting," Nurse Lena said. "For what?" "I don't know. But not for us." Isolation. On the third day, staff were forbidden to go home. We slept in the hospital. Temporary measure, they told us. For your own safety. Outside communication disappeared. Phones had no signal. The internet was cut. That was the first time I thought that the quarantine wasn't for the patients. The patient without a diagnosis. A new patient appeared in the ward. He was brought in at night. No documents. No medical history. He was calm. Too calm. "What's your name?" the doctor asked. "It doesn't matter," he replied. "I won't be here long." They placed him in an isolation room. An hour later, he started laughing. Not loudly, quietly, evenly. The laughter lasted all night. The words. On the 4th day, patients began saying the same things. Not together, not in unison, but the phrases repeated. "We're not sick anymore. Now it's fair. It's safe here." One woman grabbed my hand and whispered, "You think this quarantine is to protect you from illness? What if it's the other way around?" The staff. Something happened to Nurse Lena. She mixed up words. Forgot simple things. Then she said, "They're right." Who? The patients. We thought we knew better for too long. An hour later, they led her into a room. A regular one. As a patient. Night rounds. On the 6th night, I was doing rounds. Whispering came from the new patient's room. "May I come in?" I asked. "It's already late," he replied. "You've been here too long anyway." I looked inside. He was sitting on the floor, and the other patients were standing around him. Silent. "What's going on?" I asked. "Sorting," he said. "Who stays? Who leaves?" Understanding. I realized something terrifying. The patients weren't losing their minds. They were freeing themselves. And we were losing control. The quarantine wasn't medical. It was a selection. The last day, in the morning, the chief physician was found in a room. He was sitting on the bed, smiling, repeating, "Everything is in its proper place now." Ward No. 4 was completely sealed off. Staff were told it was a psychotic outbreak, that the patients were dangerous. that no information was to be shared. I was released 2 weeks later. Epilogue. A year has passed. I no longer work in medicine, but sometimes, when I walk past that hospital, I see lights in the windows of the closed ward, and people standing behind the glass, calmly watching outside, as if they're waiting for the quarantine to end. For everyone else,